What's up? Good morning, everybody. So today I'm going to be going over frontside disasters or frontside lip slides on quarter pipes. Now, before I get into this trick, I want to give a huge shout out to Nicholas Flynn. This guy commented on my video requesting this trick, and this guy has literally been commenting on every single one of my videos since day one. So I just want to give a big shout out. Thank you for supporting the channel. I saw your comment, and I haven't really done any transition or bold tricks on this channel, and I really kind of want to send a message to all of us out here, because I'm guessing that most of you are street skaters, and like I'm primarily a street skater. But if you can learn the basics of transition, quarter pipes, half pipes, and bowls, just the basics, and you can get comfortable with riding transition, it is going to complement your street skating so much. Because like I always try to say, my theory is that transition skating on a technical basis is much easier and much simpler than street skating, but transition skating is a lot scarier. You have to have a lot more confidence, and you have to have a lot more control. So if you can understand that confidence and control in the pools and the bowls, and you transfer that to street skating, you're gonna be a leg above everybody else. So I think it's really good to learn transition skating, and since the homie Nicholas Flynn commented on the frontside disaster, I thought I'd make a video about it, so let's go. All right, so when you're learning this trick, there's a couple tricks that you need to have down before you try it. This trick is pretty easy, but like I said with transition, it's kind of dangerous. You can get laid out pretty hard on this trick, so make sure that you really prepare yourself before you try it. So obviously you need to have a frontside 180, because it's essentially like doing a frontside lip slide on a quarter pipe. You gotta come into the quarter pipe, do a frontside 180, throw your trucks over the back, rock, and then come down the ramp. So have frontside 180s down, have them full rotation, have a nice pop, and have them really controlled. The next thing that you're gonna wanna do is you're just gonna wanna be comfortable riding in a bowl or a quarter pipe. You're gonna wanna be able to do frontside kick turns really fluidly. You wanna be comfortable with throwing your shoulders into that turn and then coming back down the ramp. So the third thing that you really wanna have down is you wanna be able to do a switch rock and roll, okay? And this is another reason why like you need to be careful, because this trick, you can hang up your back trucks like really hard and you can fall. So when you do the rock and roll, make sure you go into it with your foot on the nose, rock it, and then pull your trucks over the edge and come back down. You do not want to get into the habit of putting your truck over the quarter pipe and then catching it on the way down. You really don't want to do that. Now, a lot of you are probably saying like, oh my gosh, like this is so scary, this is so hard. I got you. So the first step that you want to do is you want to go to your local skate park and you want to find the smallest quarter pipe possible, or even better, a flat bank. A flat bank is going to reduce the risk of falling by a lot. And if you mess up, like specifically on doing a switch rock to fakie, you try to lift it up and you catch, it's so small that you're not going to catch your trucks. So you want to try this trick on a quarter pipe. You want to practice your frontside kicks, or sorry, a bank, a flat bank, something really small. You want to practice your frontside turns. You want to practice putting a switch rock over the top and lifting it back in, like actually force yourself to lift it back in, get comfortable with that. And then you just start trying the frontside disaster on like a bank, and it's gonna feel weird. It's not gonna have the full effect on a quarter pipe, but it's gonna keep you safe and it's gonna help you with the motion. So all you want to do is ride up the bank or quarter pipe, a small one, and you simply want to do a frontside 180. Now, the thing about this, the one little thing with the frontside disaster is if you just ride up going too slow and do a frontside 180, you're not going to get your back over the top, and you're kind of just going to do like a little frontside ollie on the bank. If you go too fast and you do the frontside ollie, you're going to fly out. So this is kind of the feeling of this trick, is you want to go just fast enough to where you wouldn't roll over the top. So if you're going down towards the bank and you roll up onto the top, just barely, you're going a little bit too fast. You want to go a little bit slower. Now, when you do the frontside 180, you want to pop, and it's almost like you want to extend the 180 into the top of the bank so that the middle of your board lands right in the middle. So this is the timing part, and this is why you want to try it on a bank, because if you try this on a quarter pipe, you might fall, okay? So you really want to practice landing smack in the middle of the board, and it's going to kind of feel like you're doing a frontside 180 and you're poking that back leg out to extend over the deck, because you want the most of your weight to kind of stay in the bank. That's the key to this trick. So once you've got super comfortable doing that, and you've done a couple where you've landed right in the middle and you're comfortable with pulling your back truck back into the ramp. Now you're ready to try it on a real quarter pipe. Now, whenever you're doing it on a quarter pipe, you want to be super careful and take your time, but there's kind of this weird like dichotomy with quarter pipes, and this is something that you really need to pay attention to that like I don't really think anybody talks about. So when you're on a quarter pipe, if the quarter pipe is smaller and it's not very steep, you're gonna have to pop more, okay? The bigger the quarter pipe, like the example I'm showing, I'm doing this on like a 5 foot, 6 foot quarter pipe. It's pretty tall. So the closer you get to essentially a vert ramp, the ramp helps you with the 180. So the bigger the quarter pipe, the less you have to pop. If the quarter pipe is above, let's say 5 or 6 feet, in some instances, you don't even have to pop. You kind of do a kick turn and you just slide it in there. Now, I'd recommend learning it with a pop on a really small quarter pipe, but this is something that you really, really need to keep in mind. The bigger the quarter pipe, the less you have to pop, okay? So when you're learning it on like essentially a flat bank, you have to really pop it. You're essentially just doing a 180 on flat ground and sticking the back over the top, okay? But the bigger the quarter pipe, the less you have to pop. So if you've got it down on a bank or a really small quarter pipe and then you step up to do it on something bigger, this is where you can get hurt. This is where you need to be conscious of what's going on. You need to be really gentle. You don't want to over pop it. Now, the last thing that I want to go through in this video is this trick is called a frontside disaster for a reason, okay? I really, really, really want to get this through your head. Specifically with tricks like this, if you don't take your time and prepare yourself with all these little steps that I told you, like get comfortable doing turns, do switch rock to fakies, form the trick on something small, you're gonna get hurt. Like this trick, if you go over the top of the coping on a big quarter pipe and you want to skip steps and you don't learn fakie rocks to where you can bring your truck over the top properly and you just go for it and you clip your back truck on the coping and fall forward, you're falling 6 feet onto concrete, onto your shoulder or hip. Like you're gonna break your collarbone or like fracture your hip. I mean, you're young, so you probably won't, because I had plenty of times where I fell straight to my hip and you're hobbling around, but like you can get jacked up. So I'm just telling you guys, be super careful, don't skip steps, and good luck on this trick. This trick is super fun. Oh, and one more thing. Once you get this trick good and you wanna be a freaking official badass, you can frontside lip slide like around the corner, okay? Or like, you know, slide it out. I do a clip where I do a front lip, and man, that trick feels so good. All you do is you come in at more of an angle, just whip right into it, and you're good to go. And that's it. Subscribe, comment, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.